For more than 2 decades, one aircraft has defined what it means to own the sky. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need to. By the time an enemy realizes it's there, the fight is already over. The Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor, America's invisible sword of the air. The jet that no rival dares to challenge. The Raptor was born not in peace, but in paranoia, the lingering chill of the Cold War still hanging over Washington. In the late 1980s, U.S. intelligence warned that the Soviet Union was developing new fighters that could outclimb, outturn, and outshoot anything in the West. The Pentagon responded with a single demand: build us a jet that can defeat anything in the sky, now or 30 years from now. The result was the Advanced Tactical Fighter Program, a contest between the nation's aerospace giants. Lockheed's IF-22 and Northrop's IF-23 went head-to-head. Stealth, speed, maneuverability, and sheer survivability on trial. When the smoke cleared, the IF-22 emerged victorious. It wasn't the fastest or the sleekest, but it was the most balanced. A perfect predator designed to detect, destroy, and disappear. The Raptor's greatest power isn't its weapons, it's its invisibility. Every curve, every rivet, every drop of paint is shaped to deceive. To radar, it appears not as a jet, but as a ghost. Engineers use radar-absorbent materials so secret that entire workshops were built inside classified hangars. Even the screws were shielded from detection. When an F-22 takes flight, enemy radar screens stay empty. Missiles never lock on. Pilots in opposing jets stare into empty skies, never realizing the Raptor is already behind them. It can engage multiple targets before a single warning light blinks red. A single thought from the pilot's helmet, and missiles vanish into the clouds. This isn't combat. It's execution, precision without detection. In simulated combat, the F-22 has racked up kill ratios so absurd they sound like myths. 108 victories to 0 losses in early red flag exercises against the best of America's allies, the Eurofighter Typhoon, the Rafale, the F-15. It dominated without breaking a sweat. Foreign pilots walked off the field laughing, shaking their heads. "You can't fight what you can't see," one said. And that was the point. The Raptor turns air combat into something alien. A game fought by ghosts and data, not pilots and wings. Its sensors map an entire battlefield in real time, fusing radar, infrared, and electronic signatures into one living picture. The pilot isn't flying the plane. He's commanding a digital organism, one that reacts faster than human thought. When the F-22 strikes, it doesn't dogfight. It eradicates. Today, 2 nations boast 5th-generation stealth fighters: China's J-20 Mighty Dragon and Russia's Su-57 Felon. Both claim to rival the Raptor. Both fall short. The J-20 is fast and stealthy, on paper, but it lacks the agility and sensor fusion that make the Raptor lethal. Its engines struggle, its radar signature leaks. In a fight, the Dragon would see a ghost, and then nothing. The Su-57, Russia's answer to Western air dominance, more showpiece than shadow. Only a handful exist, plagued by funding issues and reliability problems. Analysts whisper that even the Su-57's own pilots would rather not meet a Raptor in the sky. The truth is simple. No nation on Earth has ever dared to challenge an F-22 in live combat, because to do so would mean sending pilots on a mission they couldn't come back from. Only 187 Raptors were ever built, and not a single one was sold overseas. Allies begged. Japan, Israel, Australia, the United Kingdom. Each offered billions to buy even a handful. Congress said no, because the F-22 wasn't just a jet. It was a national secret. Even its stealth coding and sensor layout were classified. The fear wasn't just espionage. It was imitation. If rivals learned its design, America's decades-long advantage could vanish overnight. So the United States locked the Raptor away. A guardian of the homeland. Too powerful to export, too important to risk. Behind that decision was a quiet confidence. If we alone possess it, we alone control the sky. At the heart of the Raptor lies engineering genius decades ahead of its time. Its Pratt & Whitney F-119 engines produce more than 70,000 pounds of thrust. With thrust vectoring nozzles, the jet can twist, flip, and turn in ways that defy physics, literally pointing its nose backward while moving forward. Pilots call it post-stall maneuvering. Enemies call it impossible. And then there's supercruise, sustained supersonic flight without afterburners. That means no bright exhaust plume, no telltale signature, just silent speed. The Raptor can fly above Mach 1.5 for hours, outlasting and outrunning anything built before or since. Inside the cockpit, the pilot's helmet is more command center than headgear. Dozens of sensors feed a living picture of the world. Enemy radar, inferred trails, missile locks, all fused into a single vision. He's not reacting, he's orchestrating. While others fight one target at a time, the F-22 engages an entire battle space. Yet despite its dominance, the Raptor remains rare, a phantom fleet. Fewer than 150 remain in active service. Each one is treated like a national treasure. They sleep inside climate-controlled hangars. Technicians handle them like crown jewels. Every maintenance crew signs secrecy agreements before touching the aircraft. The stealth skin itself requires meticulous care, applied and repaired by hand, molecule by molecule. A single scratch could change how radar sees it. It's not just a fighter jet. It's a living weapon system, maintained with surgical precision. The Raptor's first combat mission came in 2014, striking ISIS targets in Syria. Observers on the ground saw explosions, but no aircraft. Radar operators logged nothing. The F-22 had arrived, done its job, and vanished. Commanders later said, "It's like watching a ghost punch a hole through the clouds." Since then, Raptors have flown quietly across the Middle East, the Pacific, and Eastern Europe, a deterrent that speaks louder than missiles. Every time tensions rise, they appear, and rivals take notice. During one intercept near Alaska, a Russian Su-35 shadowed American airspace. Within minutes, a pair of F-22s materialized beside it, invisible until they chose to be seen. The Russian pilot immediately turned back. That's the Raptor's power. Victory without violence. Deterrence through dominance. Every nation understands war is as much about perception as firepower. The F-22 projects more than strength. It projects inevitability. For adversaries, the idea of facing a Raptor is demoralizing. How do you fight what you can't track? How do you win when your missiles lock onto empty air? That fear, that unknown, is its deadliest weapon. And it's one the U.S. uses wisely. Because the best battle is the one you never have to fight. The F-22's influence stretches far beyond its own wings. Its stealth shaping, sensor fusion, and avionics laid the foundation for everything that followed. From the F-35 Lightning II to the classified Next Generation Air Dominance Program, the NGAD. Even the upcoming B-21 Raider bomber borrows lessons first learned in the Raptor's shadow. In truth, the F-22 was never just a jet. It was the opening act of the 21st century battlefield. Its DNA runs through every American warplane that will guard the skies for decades to come. And when the sixth-generation fighters arrive, they won't replace the Raptor's legacy. They'll extend it. The next chapter of air power is already being written, with hypersonic engines, AI copilots, and quantum radar. But even in that future, the F-22's shadow will remain. It taught the world a simple truth. Dominance isn't achieved by fighting harder. It's achieved by being untouchable. The F-22 was, and remains, untouchable. In a world filled with rivals and uncertainty, one thing endures: the courage, intellect, and determination of the American spirit. Because the Raptor isn't just an aircraft. It's proof of what a free nation can build when it refuses to accept limits. That is why no enemy dares challenge it. And that is why, as long as the F-22 flies, America owns the sky. In an age of drones, cyberweapons, and AI-driven warfare, some ask, why keep manned fighters at all? The answer is simple: human instinct. Technology wins battles. Courage wins wars. Every time an F-22 pilot climbs into the cockpit, they carry more than 38,000 pounds of thrust. They carry the weight of national trust and the promise that the United States will always control its own skies. As long as Raptors soar above, enemies think twice. Because somewhere up there, unseen, silent, and watchful, is a guardian that cannot be challenged.